causes the specialisation of medical doctors. Differences in interest and pay increases. Okay, that's it. Or is it? Let's take a look at the underlying mechanisms that drive these apparent effects. In his book series, The Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith describes this process, indicating 3 key reasons for specialisation. The first is an increase in efficiency. A trained specialist can answer a subset of medical questions that are either impossible or time-consuming for a generalist to answer. The ability to answer highly specific problems in a short amount of time increases the value of the specialist's labour, incentivising specialisation. The second is that less time is wasted switching tasks by specialists who deal with a small subset of problems. For example, an oncology doctor who spends the majority of his work time reading charts and talking to patients about the same disease day in, day out doesn't have to waste time making the mental switch between fields. Just as for the first case, this allows specialists to answer questions quickly and effectively, as all the required information is fresh in their memory. The third is that it allows for specialist equipment. For example, neurologists use equipment to perform electroencephalograms, MRI scans, or CT scans for diagnosis. Using this equipment improves their diagnostic capabilities, increasing their usefulness and effectiveness. Without specialists, every doctor would need to be able to operate every kind of machine and perform every kind of test available to provide the same level of care. Although technically achievable, this would be practically impossible and incredibly wasteful. In the parlance of Adam Smith, these 3 are given as efficiency increases, dawdling decreases, and abridgment of labour. The first 2 are self-explanatory. The more you do something, the better you get at it, and the less you think about other things, the more able you are to concentrate. But abridgment of labour is slightly different. The terminology encompasses any practice, device, or machine that decreases the labour requirements of a particular task. A train, plane, language, computer, even a spell checker can be considered an abridgment to labour. Successive inventions, starting from the first use of tools in primates up to our mobile phones and the code that runs on them, have abridged our labour to such an extent that finger movements across a keyboard can generate trillions in value. But if the trend of invention has been observable since the dawn of humanity, why is it important that someone like Adam Smith wrote it down and explained its mechanism? In fairness, one could make the same point about Newton or Einstein, both of whom are famous for explaining observable phenomena. This comparison makes it clear that sometimes it is not the observability of a phenomena that makes it useful to humanity, but its explanation. This is particularly the case when the explanation allows you to harness it. The great accomplishment of Adam Smith is the quantification of several human phenomena, making them easier to understand and exploit in service of an improved human condition. We've just dealt with one of these phenomena, commonly known as the division of labour. At this point you may be wondering, have I just been suckered into watching a video on economics? Yes. But if you stick with it, I hope to explain all of the Wealth of Nations book series to you in a similarly engaging and thought-provoking manner. If you made it this far, please subscribe and hit that like button. Drop a comment below if you think I could improve on anything, or there's a topic you particularly want me to hit. As an inquisitive-minded person, I'm sure you're thinking, that's cool, but what makes humans do that? Well, if you want to know about the fundamentals of human nature that drive this mechanism, you'll have to check out the next video in the series, linked on the right. If you'd like to know more about the mechanism itself, check out my longer form video on the division of labour, a more academic look at the writing and stories given by Adam Smith to describe this mechanism. If neither of these things interests you, have a great day, and I hope we meet again.